Today we are rebuilding RKC Waalwijk from the Netherlands because they've had a horrendous start to the season, sitting rock bottom in the Dutch Eredivisie. And so today's task of Rebuild Sombrero is to take over this Waalwijk side, a main staple in the Dutch Eredivisie for the past years, and build them up to not only the best club in the Netherlands, but the best club in Europe, but that could take us a long time. As in today's rebuild, we are only allowed to sign Dutch players, no players of different nationalities, which will make this rebuild even more difficult. For this RKC Waalwijk side, I have decided to go in for a gegenpressing style of play. I haven't used that in a while. Also hiring some coaches just to let them grow faster. I've only spent a bit of money renewing contracts and hiring some youth coaches, and that has already dipped our budget to 2 million. Some good news as Mike van der Veen goes to the Netherlands, our youth staff coach, not couch. He's a 3-star, 4-star coach, and yeah, he goes to the Netherlands for 9 months to find us anything like right back, centre back, left back, or even strikers. We have got one goalkeeper in our default youth squad by the name of Dylan van der Veen, a Dutch goalkeeper. We can of course use the youth academy, and so he gets promoted as he's a Dutch player to the first team. Looking at this squad, we have one player already that I can see out of position, Weidman on the -2. The striker is Zavada. He's actually alongside Kramer, the only striker at the club, but Kramer is already 35. He will only go down from here and also retire at the end of the season. So we will need to do something up there. Zavada for now is alright though. Niemeyer is also quite old compared to Ihataren. I don't know why Ihataren isn't in the starting 11. I'm gonna put him there right away. We have players like Myers even, who is going to retire at the end of this season, so even on the left back spot we will need to do something. As our first signing, we go in for a centre midfielder, of course a Dutchman. Every player is going to be Dutch, but this guy didn't get a lot of playtime at PSV Eindhoven, and so we swooped in for him. It is effectively a big potential player in Tigo Land joining us for that midfield to strengthen it right away. 1.3 million from Eindhoven. However, that only one and only transfer has already dipped our budget to 44k, so unless we sell some players, we can't do any more business in Season 1. A second player comes in because we have had the opportunity to sell some players. A big lad, 195 centimeters, or I think that is 6'6". He's 21 years old. It is Emmanuel Emega joining us from Strasbourg for big 5.5 million euros. That was only possible though because we sold Kevin Felida, Ilyas Takidin, Nouri El Harmazi, and then a player I can't really pronounce, Gottfried Romeratoe. I hope that wasn't too butchered. Royven Niemeyer goes to Gaziantep as well. Patrick Vreuk leaves the club. Joy Casting as well. Jeroen Woeben. We've really made a big clear out. Richonel Magret gives us 1.1 million as well. A position where we are in lack is the left back position, where we found Jimmy van der Meer from the youth academy. He's 15 only, so he can't get promoted, but he's already 57 rated. We've signed 69 to 94 potential. Well, you guys might think we've only just bought a centre midfielder. Why would you go in for yet another one? But that's exactly what I've done. Rated AZ Alkmaar from one of their talents in centre midfield by the name of Kees Smit for 1.6 million coming into the club. Another player showing great potential. So that is the starting 11 I have opted for, and also a new formation. Much more offensive, 4-3-3, with Land in midfield alongside Smit, Emega up top at 6'5", Cleones on the left, Lokeza on the right. We have really stepped up now to the plate, going in for younger players, especially there in midfield. The midfield is already good for the next years here with Ihataren, Smit and Lund. All of those. One of the RKC Waalwijk rebuild is over and we finish in 10th place. Not too bad. Mid-table, smack bang, with Feyenoord being the champions ahead of PSV, Ajax and AZ. PSV win the cup over Heracles Almelo. We've actually made the quarterfinals here, getting defeated by Fortuna Sittard. In round 2, we had defeated AZ Alkmaar. That is a big dub. We are looking at 11 goals by Emmanuel Emega, who has gone up to a 76. 9 goals for Iataren, who has gone up to a 73. Van der Water has scored 9 goals. Lokeza 4, and then Smith, the new man, with 3 goals and 5 assists. And this is what we found in the Youth Academy, alongside Jimmy van der Meer, who might be the best one in that selection of players. Worquestra or Wextra is a right winger, 1763 rated, as well as Voltas, who's also 1763 rated. Decent potential for both of those, not the best, but we are going to promote all 3 of those players. Also changing Yasin Ukili's position from a CDM to a centre midfielder, and he goes up by 3 to a 72. That is not bad. I mean, looking at the growth of the squad, of course, there is one man sticking out. It is Emega, the big striker up top. But Smith and Land in midfield have developed nicely as well, especially Smith. Land needs to step his game up still. But especially in that midfield and the striking position, I'm really excited to see how the players develop. I'm really happy with how season number 1 unfolded. 10th in the Eredivisie, nowhere near the bottom places where they finished in real life, or they are situated in real life right now. Quarterfinals of the Orange Becker isn't bad either. Let's hope to improve in season 2. In season number 2, we actually only have 5 million in our budget. That's not a lot of money, guys. And so once again, I'm gonna send a scout to the Netherlands, this time for 3 months, just to look and find us maybe another goalkeeper. Yeah, let's go with the goalkeeper because we need one. However, what we can do with those 5 million roundabout is go in for a new centre-back. We needed one, I told you last season. That's exactly what we've done now. Bringing in Wouter Goes from Freiburg in this save. I think in real life he plays for AZ Alkmaar. 3.2 million he cost us. Just to bolster our options at centre-back, we only had 2 players remaining there, serious players, and now we've gone in for a 17-year-old who is 66 rated. We've hunted down the free agency market and found Robin de Live. For €0 he comes to Waalwijk. With our last scraps of money, we go in for a right back to conclude our transfer window in season number 2. Signing a player who is fairly highly rated, Kiana Höver, for 3.55 million from Wolves. His contract was expiring. In the end, we've made the tough executive decision to sell Yasin Ukili to Twente Enschede for 3.4 million because he would steal all the game time from Land, our centre midfielder we bought last season. I'm not even gonna lie, guys, I think the team has gotten worse this season. I mean, of course, Wouter goes into the starting 11 here, 71 rated. We have De Leuve on the bench, 1766 overall, and Van der Ven also 17, the backup goalkeeper. Both Youth Academy players, Extra and Voltas, on the bench as well. Now, I found a few crazy goalkeepers, especially this guy, Alex Maya, 17-year-old, 62 rated, 83 to 94 potential. He must get promoted immediately to the senior team. Now, what we do is we immediately sell Van Osch, who, of course, is only 69 rated. He is 69 rated, but he's already 28 years of age. I'm also, I think I'm going to sell Van der Ven as well, because he hasn't got a lot of potential. These 2 guys get loaned out, or at least this guy, Gruen, gets loaned out. The Groot can be the backup goalkeeper, and Maya will be the starter, I do believe. And so this is what's happened. Dylan Van der Ven goes to Sion, Yannick Van Osch goes to Cremonese, and we've loaned out Danny the Groot, the other goalkeeper. So that right now our starter Maya will get all the game time. He's 3 higher rated than Gruen, the backup goalkeeper. We are not stacked in terms of bench options, of course. We don't have reserves. But I'm still confident going into the season. We are actually upgrading our scout, going in for another Dutch one. Dylan Vermeulen, 4-star, 5-star scout. He replaces the current scout. Season do with RKC Waalwijk is done and dusted, and we are still in mid-table, 10th place, smack bang actually mid-table, once again on 37 points. But if you see, we are already 8 points ahead of final placed NAC Breda. Atop the Eredivisie it is FC20 who win the title with only one loss, PSV in second, Feyenoord in third, very far behind. We are looking at 16 goals by Emanuele Mega, that is the top scorer. Wextra, the youth academy player with 10 goals, 9 goals for Iataren. Our squad is coming together nicely. Some players still in their 60s, like Van der Meer, like Van den Boys, who might get replaced next season. Lund has grown to a 68. Loceza, I don't know what to do with him. Cleonice is a good player as well. And Emega is the star of this team at strikers. The most important thing here is to proceed in developing young players. We've only finished in round 2 in the Orange Becker. I didn't even need to show you that. But 10th place in the Eredivisie. We are consistent. Now guys, riddle me this. I want to see the Youth Academy report, the scouting report, and then you have this that is appearing. Not found. I mean, what even is this, EA? I want to set up my scouting network, but I can't even view my report. For season number 3, we have 5 million once again in our budget, so not a lot we can do there, to be honest. So our main signing, the one and only signing we make this season, is a left winger. A young one, coming in for present and future. He's 21 years old, 71 rated. From Crystal Palace it is Mauricio van Axel Dongen for 2.9 million. Well, without the academy functioning, this is the only thing we can change actually in the starting 11. Bringing in Van Axel Dongen. 21, 71 rated. Extra, I've put him on the right. Cleonice and Loceza on the bench. They will fight it out, hopefully. But hopefully Extra, who is an exciting prospect, will get his game time. That's at least what I hope. Well, we have actually won the pre-season tournament. I'm going to show you this here. You can see we've won the pre-season tournament. And that gives us about, I think, 3 million. 3, yes. In our budget to work with, which is great. With that money, we could make something happen, bringing in a new centre-back. We've already bought one last season and the season before. But it doesn't matter, I need a centre-back talent. That's why we've turned to Ajax to bring in Dies Janse for 1.15 million, plus Roshan Van Ejma, who was our centre-back starter. I couldn't get him out because our squad depth was too weak, too bleak. Janse goes into the starting 11, replacing Van den Boys, who goes to the bench. And that is how we are looking like for this season. Maybe not Van der Meer as the captain. I would rather go with, I don't know, someone like Hoover, actually. I hope we can emerge as a top 10 side. Not a double-digit finish anymore. That would be great. With Emega already up to an 80. Our star number 3 is done and dusted, and we finish in 3rd place. What an improvement that is from 10th last season. We will play probably Conference League football. We've even reached the Orange Becker final, the final of the cup, losing though 3-0 to PSV Eindhoven. But the fact that we've reached the final, defeating Twente, defeating Ajax, even Heerenveen, that is great. Let's have a first look at the Champions League, where Real Madrid have defeated PSG this season in the final. Europa League goes very surprisingly to Sparta Prague over Aston Villa. And Spurs win the Europa Conference League, at least something they win over Valencia. 18 goals for Ihataren, who has grown to a 77. He's exploded this season. 17 for Emega, 83 rated. And even 12 for 72 rated Hoekstra. 8 and 4 for Van Axel Dongen. That can improve still. This side isn't looking bad at all. Most of the positions are actually strong. Maya has grown to a 72. He's still only 18. Janse 71. We have Van der Meer, who is still with showing great potential. 1868 rated. A good midfield. To be honest, I was really surprised with 3rd place finish and even run-rub in the cup. But I don't think we can do that every season yet. But hopefully that is what growth does to you. And hopefully next season we can push on from where we ended it this season. And reaching European competitions has given us 8 million in our budget. That is not bad. And so first off, I was going in for a player whose contract is expiring at Roma. Of course, another Dutchman. Centre midfielder. He gives us backup in the midfield. 20-year-old Dennis Peters joining us for 3.8 million. That's what an expiring contract can do to you. This season's most important thing was to strengthen the bench with young players, talented Dutchmen who can contribute to the team in the future. And that's why, second of all, I go in for a 16-year-old Peter Meyer from Manchester United, a backup striker, for 4.3 million. We've also proceeded then to sell a few players, like Danilo Cleone is a OG RKC player. He goes to Utrecht for 2.5 million. Liam van Gelderen, 1.5 million goes to, I think, Saudi Arabia. And then Robin Wolters, the backup, as we've signed Peter Meyer. We sold Robin Wolters, the former Youth Academy player, to Seattle Sounders for 1.8 million. As a final player for our European adventure that will start very soon, we go in for a backup cam who is showing great potential actually. Only 65 rated, but also only 17 years old. It is Marvin Deloive joining us for 1.7 million from Fortuna Sittard. And so that is how we are looking like. We've really strengthened that bench with the likes of Meyer, 72 rated, Deloive, 65, and Peter, 72 rated. All of them still young. Deloive with a lot of potential. Meyer with a lot of potential, only 16. Peters is 20. Deloive is 17, so yeah. Grön and De Groot, backup goalkeepers. Maybe we loan out one of them. Here it is then, confirmed that we will be in the Europa League phase, which is the target of the clubs, which we've already accomplished. But there are a lot of stronger teams than us, although also 7 lower rated in terms of UEFA ranking, as it seems. We need to get it done, and I'm actually really happy that we stay in 4th position. We stay in the top 4, even though we've gone down from 3rd place, but it's always difficult to keep PSV, Ajax and Feyenoord below you, so that is no problem. 70 points, 22 wins out of 34. PSV win the Orange Becker Cup over NAC Breda. Here we've been knocked out by PSV in the semi-finals. The Champions League goes to Real Madrid over Milan. We finished in 19th place in the Europa League phase, which is not too bad, you know. On 11 points, 3 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. Went to the playoff round, where we even overcame Luzern 3-1. Then we were beaten just about also in the round of 16 by Sevilla. Not a bad Europa League showing. In the end, it is Liverpool defeating Napoli to win the Europa League. And finally, Fiorentina win the Conference League over Lask from Austria. We are looking at 35 goals by 86 rated Emega. What a player this is. 17 for Axel Dongen. And even 9 goals for 79 rated Iataren. I mean, Emega is so good compared to the rest of the team. We've not had a bad season by any stretch of the imagination. 4th in Eredivisie, semi-finalist of the Orange Becker, and even round of 16 of the Europa League. We will have around 11 million in our budget for Season 5. Still not a lot of budget, but I can work with that. So guys, I've gone in to start off Season number 5 with yet another centre-back. I just love to buy centre-backs in this save. I was going through all the players and this one was the best. Nick Deloive for 11.3 million from Las Palmas. He's 21 only and already 77 rated. And as Janze is not really developing as nicely as I would have liked him to, we put Deloive in there. So we have now 2 Deloives in the team. Janze goes onto the bench. Vanden Boys I'm still trying to sell. Here it is that we've made 2 sales. Chris Emmanuel Loqueza wanted to leave the club. He goes to Norwich for 3.6. And Dario Vanden Boys, as we've signed Nick Deloive, goes to Utrecht for 1. Season 5 is done and dusted. And once again we finish in 4th place. 66 points. 5 behind Ajax and 6 ahead of 20. Feyenoord are the champions ahead of PSV. We do, however, deliver our first Orange Becker title, defeating PSV in a crazy final 4-3. Champions League goes to Leverkusen over Atletico Madrid. We were of course in the Europa League phase where we finished once again 19th, just like last year. We went to the playoff round where are we? We oh my god, just about lost out on penalties against Fiorentina. That was unlucky. Final goes to Sociedad over Fiorentina, who have beaten us. And finally, Athletic win the Conference League over Brøndby. We are looking at an 89 rated Emega with 37 goals, 24 for Van Axel Dongen, 15 and 10 for Orchestra, who is 82 rated now, and even Smith with 6 goals from centre midfield. Our squad is looking very nice indeed. Most of the players actually in their 80s right now. Van der Meer is an exception, still only 20 years old though. We need to give him time. But everyone is in the right direction. Iataren is now 27, 81 rated. Season number 5 is done and dusted, and once again we have delivered. Winning the Oranje Becker Cup, playoff in the Europa League is alright, 4th in Eredivisie is good. I mean, we've set high standards in the early season, so it's going to be difficult to surpass them very quickly. So I am beyond happy with how things have turned out in the first 5 seasons. We do have our best budget yet, 16 million in season number 6. That is something we can work with. I didn't really want to buy another centre-back, but this opportunity I just couldn't pass up on. He's 18, 78 rated already. A Dutch free agent by the name of Melvin Janssen coming into Waalwijk. A surprising move, guys, as we've gotten about 30 million for Kijana Hoover, who goes to Aston Villa, as his release clause had been met. Which finally brings us up to a decent budget of 44 million, but we now, of course, are in dire need of a right back. And that's when I got the upgrade on Hoover on the right back spot. A 19-year-old who is already 79 rated. Same than Hoover, but about nearly 10 years younger. And that was all down to Hoover, who was sold for 30 million. 38 million Emil Sanders cost us from Chelsea, the right back. That is now how we are lining up. Our bench consisting of both Janssen and Janssen at centre-back. Maya, the backup striker. This weird Willems guy who has been at it without me knowing. De Loif still at camp. Peters at centre midfield. On the bench, 77. A very good midfield, even on the field. Lund is now only 1 higher rated than a 1 year younger Peters. So that will be an interesting battle. And for the 3rd time in a row, we will be playing Europa League football, where the target is the highest it's ever been. Reach the quarter-final this season. That's going to be tough, I'm not gonna lie. What I've also found out is that the 2 players we bought this season, Janssen and Sanders, centre-back and right-back, are both exciting prospects. So that is a very, very exciting thing. The end of season number 6, and we finish in 2nd place, our highest ever finish in terms of position and in terms of points. 75, just 3 behind league winners, PSV Eindhoven. And this is going really well because we win back-to-back Oranje Becker Cups as well. RKC Waalwijk on top against DZ Alkmaar, 3-1 in the final. The Champions League goes to Inter over Manchester City. We were, of course, in the Europa League, where we finished in 4th place in the Europa League phase. Went straight to the round of 16, where we though got knocked out by FCSB from Romania on penalties. How unlucky can you be? In the end, it is Brighton winning the Europa League on penalties against Villarreal. I mean, Emega is really tearing everything apart. 33 goals for him. He's 91 rated. 22 goals for Orchestra or Orchestra, I can't even pronounce this name. He's 86 rated at 22. This squad is looking very nice. Van der Meer up to a 79. Sanders up to an 83. Goes 84. De Loif 81. Maybe he gets replaced with Janssen, who has now outgrown him at the age of 19. Lund is still only 79 and Peter 78. We may need to look into that position. Brilliant season. 2nd in Eredivisie. Our highest ever finish. Once again, the winner of Oranje Becker Cup and round of 16 of the Europa League. A bit unlucky, to be honest. Let's crack on with season number 7. The first thing I'm doing in season 7 is bring in a right-back replacement, because actually we didn't have any fullbacks on the bench or on the reserves. It's a free agent, 18 years old, 72 rated. You can't go wrong with that. Tom Peters coming in from the free agency list. The second and final player we are signing in season 7 is a new centre midfielder replacing Lund, who has grown decently. to a 79, but it takes him a long time to grow to an 80, and that's why I've decided to pull the trigger. Bringing in from Everton, Ezekiel Banzuzi for 18 million plus land. Coming into Waalwijk, that is the midfielder that will give us an upgrade. We have then decided to cash in on Dies Janse, who goes to Atalanta for 22.5 million. A centre-back we bought a few seasons back, didn't really develop as nicely as I would have loved him to. I know I said I wouldn't go in for any player anymore, but I couldn't pass up on an opportunity to go in for a 17-year-old. I was looking up for options on the wing. We didn't have any backups, so I had to pounce here. Going in for Robin van Dijk from Manchester United for 8 million. And so after the transfer window ends, this is how the team is looking like. We are, of course, where is he putting Banzuzi in the center of midfield. He's our star signing. 82 rated. Janssen is now the lone leader at center back, with Deloitte his backup. Peters, the free agent, coming in to give us backup to both Sanders and Van der Meer. We still have the backup striker Maya, who has grown to a 77 at 19. 74 rated Van Dijk is giving backup to Extra and Van Dongen, if anything happens to them. Let's not forget that this season will be our first outing in the Champions League, and the least you can say is that we have a very demanding board, demanding us to reach the semi-final in our first ever visit to the Champions League. That is, it's the halfway point of season number 7, and we are sitting 3 points clear in top spot of the Eredivisie, ahead of Ajax, who are still in the title fight with us. Feyenoord already 12 points behind. However, the most sensational thing has happened. We have finished in top spot in the UEFA Champions League phase, 6 points ahead of second place Milan. I have never seen anything like it, not even with the top teams. 6 points ahead of the second place. 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. We go straight to the round of 16, where we are awaiting a game against Barcelona, first away from home. Let's see how this will pan out. A very strong starting 11. Certainly a superb front 3 and a superb goalkeeper at 89. We go to the Camp Nou and come away with a 3-1 win. The group stage wins weren't a fluke, as it seems, as Van Dongen with a brace and Emega with a goal to already nearly put us through. Here we are then at the Mandemaka Stadium with a huge advantage from the first leg. 3-1 up, and it's another 1-0 win, Extra with the goal. 4-1 on aggregate, we defeat Barcelona. That's a game and a half. Things couldn't have gotten off to a more difficult start, as first off we faced Barcelona away from home. Now we face Real Madrid, the Kings of Europe, also first away from home. Strong start in 11, let's go to Madrid and deliver. It's a 1-0 loss though, as Jonathan Tah, I think that is, with the only goal of the game. 1-0 losing at the Santiago Bernabeu. Here it is then, Mandemaka Stadium, the all-decisive game. Can we turn this around? No, it's a 3-1 loss, and Quinten Timber, a Dutch player, with the 3-1, the dagger. Emega got one back for us, but that was just not enough. Mbappe also getting on the score sheet. At the end of the 7th season, this RKC Waalwijk side are the champions of Eredivisie. We have finally done it. 6 points ahead of Ajax and 15 ahead of Feyenoord in 3rd. Go ahead, Eagles are surprisingly in 4th. We don't win the Orange Becker for a 3rd time in a row, as Ajax defeat Feyenoord in that final. We have been beaten by Feyenoord in the semi-finals. The ones who knocked us out, Real Madrid, go on to win the Champions League over Liverpool. Europa League goes to Man United over Aston Villa in an all-English affair. And finally, Rennes upset Chelsea in the Conference League final, 3-2. Once again, Emega is just an absolute superstar. 94 rated, 33 goals in 52 appearances. 30 from 89 rated Extra. And even 19 and 13 for Van Axel Dongen, who is also 89 rated. An absolute superstar team we've got on our hands. Once again, a very good job in Season 7. We finally cracked the Eredivisie. Won that, reached the semi-finals of the Orange Becker and the quarter-finals of the Champions League. We are already close. Let's hope that in Season 8, we can maybe seal the deal and seal the rebuild. I've made one huge signing here in season number 8, I think it is. bringing in a man whose contract was expiring. That was the deciding factor in this. An absolute world beater, the greatest player we've bought so far. For 20 million plus Mohamed Iataren, it is Xavi Simons joining us. From PSG, Iataren going the other way. That is the one and only signing we make for this season, and it's a transformative one. 28-89 rated. Right away, the third best player in the team here, behind Emega and Maya, who is now, by the way, at 22-90 rated. Emega is 94. Simmons 28-89. Smith and Banzuzi keep their places. Still not a lot of them. Point of Season 8, and we are running away with the Dutch Eredivisie. 10 points ahead of Feyenoord. 0 losses. We are on an invincible season right now. And for the second time in a row, we finish in first place in the UEFA Champions League phase. What an achievement. Ahead of both French teams, Paris and AS Monaco. Here we are then, facing AC Milan away from home at San Siro. Unfortunately not licensed in FC25, but we come away with a 1-0 win nonetheless, as Werkstra scores the only goal of the game very late on. Ready for the second leg at Mandemaca Stadium against AC Milan. Can we pull through to the quarters? Yes, but it was very tight. Oh my, Havertz gave them the lead. Werkstra gave us actually a chance to go to extra time because we were 2-0 behind through Bakayoko. But then the Emega show started in extra time. 103rd and 119th. Getting ready for the quarterfinals, this time against Barcelona and first at home. We've already faced Barca last season and pulled through them. Can we do so again? It's a 2-2 draw in the first leg. 2-2 draw. Van Axel Dongen saves us in the 71st minute. I'm not gonna lie, I want us to get through here, lads. I don't want to endure another season because I don't know what to improve on this team, actually. And we go through once again in extra time. We need to make it really in a very suspense manner. Werkstra, Emega, Van Dongen, and Emega again with a brace. We win the game 4-2. Once again in extra time we turn up. Now in those semi-finals we could face a few very interesting teams like Bayern Munich, RB Leipzig, or even Sporting Lisbon. Of course, we had to face Bayern Munich, the strongest of the remaining opponents. But the end is near, lads, that I can tell you for sure. Let's quick sim the game away at the Allianz Arena, and it's a... Oh my god, what has happened there? It's a 5-0 win. I swear, lads, I haven't rigged this. It's a 5-0 win away to Bayern Munich. Maya with a brace. Emega with a brace. And even Van Dongen. Is that Maya the backup striker? I think so. He came on for extra and he scored a brace as well. We absolutely destroy Bayern Munich to the core. Here it is then. We have 5-0 up. This is incredible. Mandemaca Stadium for the second leg. And it's another win. 2-1 this time. Amuricio, Van Dongen and Werkstra with the 2 goals. 7-1 win on aggregate. That is something I've rarely seen in a semi-final of a UCL. And in the final we will face Sporting from Portugal. That is, I think, the first time ever that I face Sporting in a Champions League final in such a rebuild. We seal the Eredivisie in an incredibly dominant fashion. 17 points ahead of Feyenoord in second, Ajax in third. That is incredible. 84 points, 81 goals scored, only 37 conceded. We don't win the Orange Becca, however, as Ajax win that over PSV. We've already been beaten in round 2 by PSV. Having a look at the other European competitions, Juventus defeats Sevilla in the Europa League, and the Conference League goes in a star-studded one to Arsenal over Lazio. Once again, star player Emmanuel Emega with 39 goals, 26 for captain Werkstra, 23 and 20 assists for Van Axel Dongen up to a 90. 8 and 7 for Simmons, and even 7 goals from right back for Sanders. We've built an incredible team over those 8 seasons. Now it is time to face Sporting at the Atletico Stadium, at the Estadio Metropolitano. They've still got Pedro Goncalves, who might be their captain. Nel, also very talented player. Now Abreu, I don't know, maybe a regen. Back into Nel. First chance of the game for Sporting. This is Wouter goes. Good ball into Smith here, coming from the midfield. Can he pick out? Extra! Yes! It's 1-0. A blinder from the keeper. Extra with the goal. Our captain. The man who came up from the youth academy. What a ball. What a display here. From back to front. Starting with the defender who comes out of defense, steps into midfield, plays a good ball into the midfielder Smith, who just finds Extra, and yeah, the goalkeeper should have done better, but Extra is there to tap it home. Smith looking for Simons. This is Xavi Simons. Let's see what he's all about. Xavi Simons. Can he pick out a pass? Yes, it's Sanders, the right back, with a cross inside. This is a mega 2-0 to Waalwijk. A mega showing his strength and his heading accuracy and ability. It's 2-0. That was a great cross by our right back. And immediately after the first goal, we go on and score a second. That's what this game needed. This is Banzuzi. Losing the ball, Banzuzi. Now Nel. This is Rafael Nel, who gets one back for Sporting. Big mistake by Banzuzi in midfield. It is Nel with one goal back for Sporting. 2-1. Great play here. Simmons into Banzuzi. Emega again. Emega tries the shot from distance. Careful. Sporting already through here at the start of the second half. This is Gonçalves, but we get a foot in through Smith, our midfielder. Maya with a long ball into the path of Emega. Now Van Axel Dongen, who gets this ball. Can he cross it inside too? Emega! Not a lot of power, not enough power on that header. Careful, Medina into Abreu. This is Abreu with a little bit of trickery. Still Abreu gets the ball back. And Maya with a big save. This is Extra, who has come in clutch with a goal before. Now waiting for Sanders to overlap. That's how the first goal happened. This is Banzuzi. Looking for Smith. Smith for Egema. Emega. It's 3-1. No, it's offside. We bring off Wouter goes and Deloitte comes in. And also Smith goes out for Peters to come in. Careful, this is going ready. Good ball. Is that offside? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Piece of defending. Now Xavi Simons. Can we finally see him do something? This is Xavi. Now, maybe the assist. Yeah, there it is. This is Xavi Simons' moment. Assist for Extra. It is 3-1. Extra on the brace. That's what a superstar is. That is the superstar of RKC Waalwijk. What a play here by Simons, who dribbles past everyone, including the goalkeeper, puts a cross in onto the head of Extra, which just needs to tap it into an empty net. And that, my friends, is it. RKC Waalwijk from rock bottom in the Eredivisie have done it. They have climbed up the division, the ladder in the Netherlands and also in Europe. Won back-to-back trophies in the Eredivisie and then also the Champions League to top it all up. Was a lot of fun this. I mean, only Dutch players we used and it took us 8 seasons, but I really enjoyed it. And I hope you did as well. If you did, then please consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel. And this is the moment where we wrap up this rebuild. Lifting the trophy, it will be the captain Extra, who has been the player of the match as well. It's still an invisible trophy. EA, please fix this. I can only repeat myself, but I'm gonna leave you alone with the invisible trophy celebrations. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out.